Hello from Tokyo. Today I'm going to do some balloon smash florals, and I will be using this gray for the base, which is Oxide Black with a bit of titanium white. Actually, the other way around, lots of titanium white, tiny bit of Oxide Black. This is Primary Magenta, which is my favorite for making these blossoms. And then I have mixed up this kind of pearly pink color, which I have used the Primary Magenta and also this what's it called, Iridescent white by Liquitex, which is like more pearly than the Amsterdam pearl whites. I prefer that. And this is light gold. And my usual pouring medium is the Clear PVA Glue, 70%, 30% water for the base. And then for the other colors, it has 10% Floetrol in it to make it a tiny bit thicker. So my pouring medium is a very, very thin consistency. You can see how thin the base is here. And also my colors are a little bit thicker, as you can see with the pearly pink. So let's lay down the base color. To lay down the base, usually I just tilt the canvas so that it's more evenly distributed. But today I wanted to save some of the paint, so I just spread it with the wooden spoon. But I think that was a bit of an error because you can see there's much more in the center than the sides. But anyway, let's pop all the air bubbles with the torch. And I just did a tester there with the pearly pink to see how it would flow. It didn't flow as much as I thought it would. So I'm going to add more of the magenta and the gold and start blowing it out from this corner. So you can see I've been putting the primary magenta at the bottom and then the pink, the pearly pink, because I felt like the pearl pink wasn't showing up so much on the gray base. But when you see the dried version, in retrospect, I think I should have done the other way around or even put just pearl white at the bottom as well. Because it does beautifully dry, like it shines when it dries, the iridescence. So I'm going to be quiet now and come back to you when we start balloon smashing. So I hope you enjoy the painting today. It's time to start balloon smashing to create the florals. This balloon has been going for quite some time actually. I'm quite surprised it hasn't lost the air out of it. So there you go, that's very pretty. I am wiping these after each smash, by the way. I'm only doing single smashes on this particular painting. I usually do finger dabbing in the center of the flowers as I go along, but this time there's just too much paint. So I'm going to leave it for a bit until it settles, or at least until after I've done all the balloon smashes. So now I'm going to try and center the flowers by dabbing in the middles. You can also fix the shapes of the petals by dabbing your finger along the lines like this. I do this quite often. Sometimes I use a tool as well to drag the lines like I am doing here. Okay, so now let's have a look at the wet result of the painting. I haven't fixed the centers completely yet. I will do that in a bit when it gets a little bit more tackier, when it's a tiny bit drier, and that can take some time. But look, they're really pretty. Let's go in for a closer look at the flowers. You can see mainly the magenta and not the pearl pink at this point. And I'm going to fix that part with the bubbles there. I'm going to do another floral, I think, there, because it was taking over too much. And I want it a little bit more muted this time. So we will add some things, do a little bit of tweaking, and come back to you when it's dry. Well, here is the dried version. Let's go in and have a closer look. Can you tell I've actually fixed the middles, right? So I've got a few more of the pollen bits there. And in the center, I've added an extra flower. Let's go in closer so you can see the centers better. So that petal at the top, I was a bit worried about because there wasn't that much paint underneath. So it took up a lot of paint, but it looks good. All of it looks good. I'm glad I did the extra flower there. And I like the fact that you get a lot of the base coming through. I think it's kind of cool. This kind of skeletal feel to it. It's see-through, transparent maybe I should say, than skeletal. And here comes the shine from that pearl pink. It's the iridescent pearl color, iridescent white color from Liquitex that creates that shine. It's much shinier than Amsterdam. I love it. Look at that. Right, so I should have gone a bit more full on with it. You can see it only outlined on that one when you wanted it more inside the petals, like over here in the left corner. That is what I wanted. But I've learned I would just do it the reverse. I would put more pink underneath. Actually, just put a lot more of the pink in general. Let's flip it upright to see what it looks like in this orientation. Yeah, I like it this way too. It works in every direction, actually. I had thought of putting titanium white or iridescent white underneath first too, but it might have made the petals look more variegated. So I like it as it is. How about you? Did you enjoy this painting? And would you try a gray background too with the Sakura style, cherry blossom style florals? So thank you so much for watching as always, and see you in the next one. Bye!